Hey everybody, this is Captain Kyle and I have a very special set of toys to review for you today. These are the Alternation action figures. And full disclosure, I received these for free from the fine folks at Panda Mony Toys for the purposes of this review, but don't worry, I am going to go through every bit of them and show you the breakdown. And if they're cool, we'll figure that out. If they're not, we'll figure that out too. But I got 6 of these guys, so we gotta get started. Be right back. All right, so I have here the entire wave 1 of the Alternation toys. The whole story behind these is bioengineering, US government experiments, very cool stuff. And there's like 5 good guys and 1 bad guy. That's immediately my one problem with the series is you've got all these good guys and just 1 bad guy. I mean, unless it's Galactus, then it's not exactly a fair fight. Even the Transformers had like 19 Autobots to start with and like 11 Decepticons. Not exactly fair. So these are the sides. But we're gonna go through these. I'm gonna save the villain for last. Hopefully he'll be impressive. And we will go through these guys and I'll describe each of them to you. First, we're gonna start with Albert 7, or VII as my friend Ian Click likes to say. Now, the packaging is really pretty cool. It's got this hexagonal, what do you call it? It's got 6 sides, but it's a cool package. And from what I understand, this is meant so that you can actually take out the figure, put the figure back in, and still display it, or resell it if later on down the line you want to. It's a pretty cool figure. I am gonna very carefully open the box. But this guy, Albert the 7th, has extreme agility, prehensile tail, kettle horns, and bull leg strength. So part monkey. Anyway, they gave me the whole story in the comic, which you can get as well, and the toy catalog that shows you everything, including it has previews for new characters coming out. So I am going to make a very precise slice through the tape here. And through the tape here, and through the tape here, and there. So we can open this up with minimal damage to the packaging. Now, you know me, normally I just like rip the things open, but I might want to put these back. I pull this guy out. He's got some things stuck on the inside of the box. And that's just wobbling back and forth. That's kind of cool. It's like a massage bed. Apparently, he's got a gotcha balloon in there. Kind of interesting. And this is also stuck on the inside. It looks like some type of stickers and instructions. Now, stickers, that's like, brings me back to the days when I had to put on stickers on my Transformers, like 3 days ago. And then my girlfriend said, let me do it. I've got more precise handling of stickers. So let's see, stickers. And this is a little story about Albert 7. I'm gonna put this over here and throw that bag over there, and it's basically telling me his prehensile tail can be bent and put into different positions. And the mallet handle can slide forward to reveal the hidden boxing glove inside. But now we all know about it, it's not very hidden. And it's showing me where to put the stickers. All right, so there he is in the plastic prison. We're gonna take him out of the plastic prison very carefully, not that carefully. It's got more tape. They want to be very sure that this doesn't accidentally come apart. I can get down with that. All right, here he is, part monkey, part bull. And there's the figure. Before I have him fall over some more, he already feels very posable, but I want to have him stand on this table. Stay, there. And there's some accessories. There's a machine gun, and it looks like it kind of almost has an actual banana clip. It's got a little pistol with some kind of cap on it. Maybe it's for cosplay. It's got a pie. That's what that looks like, at least. And a mallet that apparently has a boxing glove inside that you press the button in the back and it comes out. So, double whammy. I think Harley Quinn would love that particular mallet. I will maybe put the stickers on later or have someone else do it for me. I just want to check out this figure. Here he is, Albert the 7th. I don't know if he's Albert 7, Albert the 7th. I don't know why he's the 7th, but he seems pretty posable. I mean, I do the Jean-Claude Van Damme test. He doesn't quite make it, but he's pretty able to move his legs out. Bends at the knees. The feet don't come that much forward. So that's, in my opinion, it kind of lacks a little bit in his ability to kick ass if he can't actually kick forward. The arms do bend, the wrists swivel, moves at the shoulder. It's a little bit of a ball joint, so he can, hey, what's going on? You can turn the head somewhat, though the collar of his jacket, vest, uniform here kind of keeps you from turning it too far. Oh, there we go. That's kind of disturbing, but you can get 360 degrees turnage on that thing. Here's the prehensile tail, and is that how you say? I don't even know. Prehensile? So you can move the tail around. It does seem to hold some positions, maybe hold the mallet, or maybe not. Weapons in his hand. There's the mallet, there's the machine gun. He swivels at the waist so he can say hello to my little friend. Oh, I don't know exactly what the pie is for. I imagine if I read more about him, maybe he likes pie, just like Cheetor. And, you know, you can switch him up and give him a pistol, which doesn't say in too well. Maybe the pistol is meant for the right hand. There, that's a much better fit. And pretty neat dude. The design of it makes it a little more difficult for him to pose in certain ways, but overall, it is pretty poseable. You can even have the tail help him stand up, I guess, or at least not fall over too easily. Ah, okay, he fell over. But a neat figure. So that is Albert the 7th, or Albert 7. I should probably read up on him. Now I have questions to ask. Why is he number 7? Next guy is a Sham. Well, that's his name, Sham. That's a damn sham. I mean shame. No, he appears to be a lizard, so he has 360-degree vision, chameleonic camouflage skin, tough alligator skin. Is that under the chameleonic skin? And a powerful lashing tongue. We'll have to see about that. Is it lashing? All right, same cuts, lots of tape. We will get this poor sap out of this goddamn plastic prison. Oh, we'll get him the frack out of there. If you don't know who I'm doing an impression of, that's quite okay. It wasn't that good of an impression. Again, comes out. He does a little wobble. He does not have a balloon, but he does have the instructions and stickers. And here we are. Now, his gun fell apart when I took him out of the package, but it's good that it didn't fall apart before I took him out of the package. So there he is in his packaging. I open him up. Ooh, I'm already gonna have fun playing with that. So Sham stands a little more easily than the other guy. He's got a little box here that you can snap together. I don't know what it's for. He's got some explosive. I like explosives. He's got an umbrella, a little spike on the end, so, you know, he can umbrella somebody to death. And his gun, which looks like it has a silencer. See if the instructions say anything about what to do with all this stuff. Tongue lash and independent eyes. Camouflage effect. Transparent, sensitive paint deca goes transparent when heated by body heat, warm water, or other source. Do not expose figure to open flame. Yeah, it's plastic. Don't do that. That would be dumb. But I guess the torso, the translucent plastic, I warm it up, eventually do something. The umbrella blade, and apparently this is adhesive for his tongue, which is supposed to be able to pick up things, which it can. It's got a little bit of sticky on it. I mean, it's not the strongest sticky, but once that gets dirty, they give you extra sticky. That's kind of neat. His tongue scares me a little. I mean, he's also a lizard, and they're supposed to have two how shall we put, staffs of manhood. So that and the tongue be fierce competition in a dating scenario. He's got a very cool rubber tail. It doesn't hold position, it just flops around. And yeah, I imagine I would have to, again, read more about this guy, but he is pretty poseable. Again, not quite the Jean-Claude Van Damme, but pretty close. He's got elbow joints, shoulder joints. His head does not turn because he's got the gimmicks. And apparently, when you're moving this back and forth, his eyes also do a little turn where they're like going in different directions. So that's a neat little effect. And he's got a bow tie, and bow ties are cool. So pretty neat guy, and we're moving on. Now, I do want to say the plastic on these toys feels pretty sturdy. Doesn't feel like cheap plastic that's gonna break. So the joints are pretty tight. So it does feel like quality product. Overall, of course, I haven't gotten through all of them yet, but it doesn't look like they're using cheap plastic. All right, El Ray. El Ray. Amphibious, he has bioelectric bolts, slime-coated skin, and a tail spine. Interesting. And he too comes with some kinds of weapons, so let's get to those. Now, these could be good for a collector, if you like collecting new toy lines, new kind of fantastical, scientific, bio guys. It'd be cool for an adult collector, but they also seem pretty good for kids. I mean, it's ages 6+, and they do have weapons that they don't seem too small, so it would work for that age of child. Let's see if Quill Ray has anything in here. He's got battery replacement. Okay, that is interesting. So there's his little book, his little instructions, and he has light up bioluminescence and a striking stingray tail. All right, let's get him out of here. All right, you press his belt buckle and he does this whole flashing bioluminescence thing. Pretty cool. Tail is neat. I mean, you pull on it hard enough, it's gonna come off, but don't do that. He's got very aquatic weapons. Give Aquaman a run for his money. So he's got this big old trident type thing, which I can put in his hand, I swear. It's a fork. So he's got that. He's got this badass looking gun here. That's like a bazooka over the shoulder cannon. I don't know, that's pretty big. And then there's the Pistol of Doom. I just made that up. I don't know if it's called the Pistol of Doom. But there he is. He lights up. Let's see, this guy, not as much of a Jean-Claude Van Damme as the others. He can move his legs forward. He can bend at the knee. He can kind of do like a spinning side kick, but low. His arms can swivel at the shoulder. The elbows bend. He swivels at the wrist. This guy's head does not turn. But he's got this tail that you can whip people with, and I just activated his bioluminescence again. So overall, even easier to stand than the other guys, and he's kind of neat. I definitely like him with this spear-like weapon that I'm not going to call a trident because it's not got 3, and it's not a pitchfork because it's not got 4. It's got like 2 and 1 off to the side. And these weapons are neat too. I don't know if you can combine them. And a lot of these guys have things on their belts. Like it looks like accessories that he can't necessarily take off, like a communicator, little pouches. But the whole point of these guys is that they were military people and they were experimented on, I believe. And then their whole origin was shrouded in mystery, but they were then recruited by the US military to go on these special missions. So, all right, 3 down. Now we're gonna go for the 3 big ones. And we're gonna start with Quill Ray. So, let's get this package that looks like the same shape, but much larger. Now these are pretty good sized figures, so they're not quite like G.I. Joe size. You know, they'd scare the crap out of G.I. Joe. This guy's gotta be like 6-7 inches tall. Take him out. He doesn't quite have the vibrating bed vibe. And he comes with this little bag of stuff, like all the other guys. All right, little mini comic, stuff about him. And then there's instructions on how to use some of his actually pretty intense weapons. There he is, plastic prison. We open it up. He is one ugly motherfucker. But you know, looks aren't everything. All right, that is an interesting weapon. Looks like a barbell with a dumbbell attached to it. Here we got some kind of bow, some trick arrows, it looks like, with different tips. Some kind of claw tip, some kind of rocket tip. Unfortunately, we don't have one with a boxing glove at the end. And we have this little container of bat shark repellent. Now, I can't read any labels on it, but got some kind of writing on there. Maybe it's soda. Anyways, looking at the guy, oh, he doesn't even come close to Jean-Claude Van Damme. But you can kick forward. He does bend at the knee somewhat. Not a huge range of motion there. These guys all seem to have ankle joints though, so it's kind of neat. He's got some headphones hanging off of his side here. The arms have a pretty good range of motion. Go out to the side, go up and down. Though when you go out to the side, you can't really twist them in place. Kind of locks there. Can bend at the elbow. Not a heck of a lot, but he can bend at the elbow. But he can go to the YMCA. Okay, maybe not. His head does not appear to want to move. And he's got these quills on his back that you can fire. That's kind of neat. So I'm going to put those back in there. But I would not invite him to sit down on any of your furniture. He would shred it. So Quill Ray, I forgot his powers. What are his powers? Echolocation, super strength, durable rhino skin. He's got the rhino charge and the launching back quills. He's basically a combination between a human, an African porcupine, a neotropical fruit bat, and an Indian rhinoceros. So that's quite the mix. So he's a cool looking figure. Let's check out the weapons. He's got this dumbbell. I guess this is to show that he's super strong, and the fingers flex enough that I can pop this in. And he's got one heck of a weird looking, but probably deadly weapon if you know how to use it. He also has this bow. Now, I am not sure that we can actually put him in the bow pose where he's knocking back an arrow, but he's got the bow, he's got arrows, and apparently I put the bow on upside down. So let's put it the right side up. Maybe it's supposed to go to his other hand. Guess he's a lefty. And so you can put the arrow, it's got little notches, the different arrows in, so it looks like he's ready to fire. I mean, it doesn't actually shoot the arrows out. That would probably put somebody's eye out, and then, you know, we'd have all kinds of new toy regulations, and they'd make sure that all of our missiles are that. Oh wait, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, pretty neat figure overall, and not someone I'd want to run into in a dark alley. And those quills, they get some distance. Next up is one of the more popular characters from what I was told. This here is Daart with 2 A's, because he's a poison dart frog, kinda, mainly. He's actually part dart frog, part bullfrog, part tree frog, and part human. Let's keep this hopping. He's got powers of the super frog leap. I would expect that. He's amphibious, he's a quick swimmer, and he has toxic paralyzing secretion. So that's why, kids, you be careful when you take secretions from anybody. There he is, the little hunchbacked guy. Grab his instructions. See if he's got any special features. Here is Dart's little book. Shows him kicking people. Suppose without context it looks rude, but I imagine they deserve it. And he can do a flip. All right, we gotta try this out. All right, in the packaging, classic prison. He's got this weapon, Boomerang of Doom, and I'm not sure what this little guy is. So I guess maybe that's supposed to be the size of a normal human. I don't know. But all right, there he is. Posability wise, there's not. His head will turn. His legs seem to be kind of springy. So let's try this dart jump. I didn't do it right. Let's see. Try this again. Almost. Anyways, he can spring around, and if you're skilled, which I apparently am not, you can actually, you know, make him flip the way he should. I'm not sure how he's gonna throw the boomerang. I'm not sure how he uses this weapon. And maybe it's time to look at this. This is the Iron Stomach action figure. This is the Hyperflex boomerang. This is the Frog Grip Bola. And apparently that little dude hangs out. I don't know what he hangs out for, and he doesn't stand very well. But he can hold Frog Grip Bola in his Frog Grip hand and beat the crap out of Iron Stomach. It's a neat toy. I'm not sure why he comes with a little micro human being. He's only supposed to be like 6.5 feet tall, so that's a little, maybe 7.5 feet, but that's still a little small. All right, so those are the heroes. So let's take a look at the villain of the piece, who is known as Sabotage. Enemy capabilities. He has an armored cyber chest, a cybersonic left arm, cyber legs, cybernetic overdrive power up, and yeah. Now I do think that in phase 2 they have Alpha and Bomber coming. They don't look like happy dudes, so those might be his reinforcements, but we'll see. I don't try to judge people or, you know, hybrid DNA creatures by their appearance, because you never know, they might be nice people. Sabotage. Now this guy, he is thick. Opening up his little paper, he's got some stickers. Some of them are cautionary, like don't let Kyle put those stickers on. Apparently you can replace the batteries because he's got the cybernetic overdrive. That's going to be kind of cool. Then he's got the Cyber Arm Sonic Punch. And then it shows the sticker placement, which basically says, do not crack this guy open or else you'll get radiation poisoning. There he is. He's a pretty honking big dude. Got weapons. He's got this gun that does not look like it is just used for squirrels. Probably turn the squirrel into, well, squirrel bits. Got something that looks like a Gatling gun. That's a pretty badass weapon. That's not a knife. Well, actually, that is a knife. Little knife for him to stab people with. I don't see a sheath for the knife. So there he is. Let's check out his posability. Not too bad on the Jean-Claude front. He can kick forward. The knees kind of bend. Seemed a little reluctant to bend, but they bend. A little bit of swiveling feet there. Head definitely doesn't turn. Right arm moves pretty much all the way around. Bends at the elbow. It was a little reluctant. And like all these figures, he swivels at the wrist. first. Now, this cyber arm, I think because of the gimmick, the cybersonic attack arm is kind of limited in the motion. Pull it back, you let it go, he punches, like the Kung Fu grip. But you can probably put one of these honking weapons in the sand, hold it out and be like, say hello to my little friend. No, the little friend over there, the little iron stomach guy, he's a good friend. He's got a knife, and you can put this big honking gun in his hand. So he's a pretty neat figure. And then you press the button and everyone leaves school because it sounds like a fire alarm. The button is right in the back. That noise can get annoying quickly, but your kids will love it. Just close the door when they're playing. Neat figure, definitely looks evil. I mean, he seems like a pretty intimidating dude, but when you're putting him up against like 5 heroes, I mean, kind of a little outnumbered. I don't know how strong his armor is, but I imagine these guys managed to take care of business. So there you have them, the Alternation toys. They're kind of neat. I think some of them, not sure about the play value, some of them Daart has this springy gimmick, but it doesn't seem superposable in other ways. The other guys, I like the various things you can do with them. They don't stand up very easily, at least not on a tablecloth, except this guy seems to be able to stand no matter what. Maybe that's why he's the one villain. I'm not very thrilled with having just one villain to fight all the heroes, but I think that's why they're doing Wave 2 to release a couple more evil characters for them to fight against. I believe they also have a Kickstarter, which I'm going to put a link to in the description if you want to support and get some rewards from the Panda Mony Toys for the Alternation Wave 2. But would I recommend these? I think kids might enjoy them. There's actually a number of different comic books that they've put out. They've put out some web series, animations that, animated stories that can show your kids. Watch yourself, might give you a better idea of who these characters are. They're not too bad. $21.99 for the smaller figures, $24.99 I believe for the larger figures. And considering that a deluxe size Transformer goes for about $22 now, was going for $20, but now they just upped it. That's about on par for this size figure with all the accessories and stuff like that. Not a bad set if you like bioengineered warriors or cyborgs. I think this is the set for you. And if your kids are into that, they do seem to be pretty popular, especially with the gimmicks like the tail. Some kids, so you might want to get some for your kids. And then when they're asleep, play with them yourself. Haha! I will put a link down in the description to where you can get these toys if you want to check them out. As I said, I'll also put a link to the Kickstarter for Wave 2. And while you're waiting to get these awesome toys, there's some other videos you can check out over there. You can subscribe down there, social media, all the wonderful stuff. You know what to do. We'll see you next time, and as always, have fun and good hunting.